You've got to be kidding me, I say. And you couldn't just ask Darren or Hardrick to loan you a tent? I don't know if you've noticed, Melinda says, but I haven't really been getting along very well with most of the members of your group since we left the city. And your solution was to come and wake me up in the middle of the night, I say. I wasn't trying to wake you up, Melinda says, plus frustrated. Your tent is just so damn small. Only wanted to sleep inside your tent for a few hours and to get out before you woke up. Hell, I even tried to sleep outside for a while, but there was just so many bugs trying to crawl on me, and the only protection spell I have that works while I sleep aren't made to guard me against insects. Yeah, I suppose crawling insect, why would that guard against you? But until it's like a complete shield spells don't guard you against insects coming near you. I guess it only guards you against like attacks, but that by that logic, like it is it like Kevlar then? Because like you could stab someone wearing Kevlar with a knife, right? It's only that when you're like a really fast moving object comes and hits it, then it becomes like hard, where it would like block it or like spread the energy out, kind of like I guess cornstarch. I think the word non-Newtonian fluids. Yeah, I think it's kind of like that. Is shield spell like that? Like if you slowly stab it, you can stab into it, but if you like try to stab it with like real quick force, then will dissipate that shit. Whatever. Oobleck, I believe it's called, or something like that. There's also some armor being made with that for like army and stuff. I'm not sure which country is making it, but I've definitely saw a video about it. Let's see. But why my tent? I say, why not flowers or Kate's? Because I couldn't stand sleeping next to Araka for more than 2 seconds, Melinda says, and her girlfriend hates my guts. Kate is not my girlfriend, I say simply. She may as well be, judging by that ice-cold look she gave me when I grabbed you by the arm, Melinda says. Is that what you're basing your assumption on? I say. Kate gives ice-cold looks to everyone except maybe Layla. If you're under the impression that the ice mage doesn't have feelings for you whatsoever, then you're clearly in denial. Listen, I say. Kate has lived most of her adult life in the wilderness, fighting for her life. The only contact she's had with humans for the past 10 years were either banshee hunters trying to kill her or regular people running away from her, scared for their life. She probably doesn't even know what feelings are anymore. Kate didn't come here to have fun, and neither did I. She came here to look for her friend, and I came here to fight in a deadly tournament in the hopes of achieving an impossible dream. Whatever it is you are seeing is not there. Well, whatever helps you sleep at night, Melinda says. And speaking of sleeping, I think I'm ready to hit the sack. If you need anything else from me, just whistle nighty-night. Are you serious? I tell Melinda as I see her laying her head on the tent's floor and closing her eyes. I can't sleep here. Why not? Melinda says. Because you can't sleep here, okay? Melinda says, because it's my tent, I say. And Melinda says, while raising an eyebrow, the tent is clearly big enough for both of us. It might be a little uncomfortable, but we'll manage. Surely you don't hate me so much that you can't even stand to be near me. It's not that, I say. It's just that I don't want us to be sleeping in the same tent together. That would only make things weird. Ooh, Melinda says, now I get it. Well, that's fair enough, I guess. You're sharing a tent after all. Yes, exactly, I say. So hurry up and wait. What are you doing? While I was talking, Melinda was just about to take off her blouse. What do you mean, what am I doing? Melinda says, confused, as she stops removing her blouse halfway. I was taking my clothes off. Isn't that what you were suggesting? That would be weird if we were sleeping together without actually sleeping together. No, I say. I mean, yes, that I meant it in the sense that you should get out of the tent. Oh, Melinda says, while raising an eyebrow again. So you're telling me that you don't want to have sex with me then? Yes, exactly what I'm saying. I didn't say that. Now, do I want to go the thirst route, or do I not want to do that? That's a difficult one. I mean, come on now. I didn't say that. Well, what did you say then? Melinda says. I was just, why are you even being serious right now? Because with you, it's very hard to tell. Of course I'm being serious, Melinda says. Why wouldn't I be? It's not like I'm some maiden who was born yesterday. I mean, she is super old. She's like over 600 years old. But I've been living for 600 years. I've been with other men before. It's not like I have any reason to not want to sleep with you specifically. I don't particularly dislike you. You both have Lacetti, and you're halfway decent looking. Well, slightly leaning towards the lower half, but still sort of half. You mean what? You get what I mean. I can't tell if you're trying to compliment me or if you're just insulting me right now, I say. Look, Melinda says, the bottom line is that there is nothing stopping us from having some fun for a few hours and calling it a day. There isn't even need for me to drink the tea of infertility because still waters are sterile. Oh, right, I forgot about that. I can't have children. The silencing spell will still last for a few good hours. So it's not like, I mean, yes, I suppose it would release the tension, I suppose. The silencing spell will still last for a few good hours. Not like anyone will be able to hear us. It's the perfect situation, except for the small tent, that is. But nothing is perfect. I mean, if the tent moves while our characters are fucking, would Kate be able to see that? I mean, she is right outside. Nothing is perfect. You know what? I say you're right. I don't know what I'm stressing about. Let's give it a shot. That's more like it, Melinda says. But I hope you don't mind if I cast an energizing spell on you before we begin. It's just that I have had men run out of steam after only a few minutes before, and I wouldn't want to repeat that experiment. But as long as the spells doesn't have any unwanted side effects, I say. But there's no need to worry about that, Melinda says. There are no side effects that I know of, and besides, I will also be casting it on myself, so it's not like you will be the only one affected by it. Anyway, get ready. I'm casting the spell. As soon as Melinda is done casting the spell, I immediately start to feel the energy flowing all throughout my body. I feel as if I could run up and down a mountain and then still have enough energy left to do 1,000 push-ups. The spell is amazing, but it's very likely putting quite a strain on my body. It probably won't be wise to use it for too long. Well, a few hours won't kill me. Let's see how well this works. Are we actually going to get to like read it? Because I know in Wizard's Fantasy, no, I mean in Wizard's Fantasy as well. Wizard's Fantasy, and especially in Rogue's Fantasy, they go into detail about the fucking. It was in so much detail that one of the chapters from Rogue's Fantasy, where I think we and some like noblewoman's wife like fuck in a bush or something like that, and that chapter got like taken down. That wasn't even like like, you know, it was like, oh man, this is like restricted or age restricted or something like that. I think I specifically even age restricted that chapter, but they fucking took it down saying it's pornographic content. I'm pretty damn sure I have that one uploaded on my Patreon, but like, holy shit, that was just like, oh man, I was so mad. I was like, and it's not even that. Sometimes YouTube just removes my fucking thumbnails as well. Like, oh man, it's a fucking little bit of cleavage showing. Oh, remove it. And you go on YouTube, you will find literal porn on here, and they're okay with that, but I can't upload that. And again, it's just copyright system of YouTube is fucking insane. I can't even make the manga recommendation. I think I'm gonna take the clips from the manga recommendation, the fucking photos that I use, and I will put some filter or something on it so that it doesn't get detected by their stupid AI thing. I even wrote an email to them like, okay, could you like not you know, take this shit down for no reason, but whatever. Where were we? I'm just fucking letting it all out, aren't I? For the next several hours, Melinda and both take full advantage of the energizing spell, and the more time passes, the more it seems like we will go on like this forever. I'm getting no signs of being tired. That's not exactly a good thing. You might just die from exhaustion. And even though we have had to switch position half a dozen times due to the uncomfortable space we are in, neither of us seem to want to end the night early. When we are finally done for the night, the two of us get dressed and prepare to go to sleep for however many hours there are still left until morning. And here you were, saying that you didn't came to the tournament to have fun, Melinda says with a smirk as she ties her hair into a high ponytail. Okay, fine, I'll admit it, I say. Maybe a little fun isn't so bad every once in a while. That's the spirit, Melinda says with a smile. Anyway, I think it's about time to go to bed, I say. We still got a few hours until morning, so we should try to make the most of them. What are you talking about? Melinda says, looking at me confused. You're joking, right? It's already morning. In fact, it's been morning for quite a while now. What? I ask her in disbelief. No, don't be silly. The sun isn't even up. I know that the tent is not very transparent, but we should be able to see the rays of light when the sun rises, at least. Well, then I guess that it must really be cloudy outside, Melinda says. You don't need to take my word for it. Your stat device shows you the hour of the day, right? You can check it. I'm gonna be tired for the rest of the day. Oh, this is like D&D. I have exhaustion level 1 now. You can check it yourself. I'm telling you, it's been morning for at least 2 hours, if not more. I suddenly panic. I take my stat device out and see what hour it is. This is Melinda says. It seems that it's already well past sunrise. As I stare at my screen, I can see the hour clearly in front of my face, where it feels like my mind is still refusing to process the information. How did this happen? Asked Melinda. How is it morning already? I don't understand. It's only been a few hours. Time flies when you're having fun, Melinda says. Is this really the first time you're experienced an energizing spell? Don't worry, you'll get used to it eventually. I had trouble like this too the first time I cast the spell on myself, but now I don't have these sort of problems anymore. Why are you so calm about this? I ask her. I at least got an hour of sleep before you woke me up, but you didn't sleep at all. How are you going to handle ourselves? How are we going to handle ourselves after our energizing spell runs out? We'll be fine, Melinda says. Well, when we'll start to get tired, I'll just cast this energizing spell again, and it should hold us for the rest of the day. But aren't there supposed to be drawbacks if we cast these kind of spells one after the other without a break? I say. Melinda says there might be some small risk of heart failure, but I'm sure you will manage. We're both young. Well, you're sort of young, and I'm always young. But my point still stands. We shouldn't have anything to worry about. Okay, whatever, I say. We'll see about that later, but for now, can you turn yourself invisible so that others won't see you leaving the tent? Oh, Melinda says, well, you see, I may have learned that spell from Aiden. The thing is that I didn't really learn a complete version of it. That's straight bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. The spell itself works just fine, but I can only cast it once a day. It's already casted once in the past 24 hours. This game is fucking weird with its magic. Like, honestly, they have like a little bit of magical elements from every like genre of magic fantasy. Well, whatever. Okay, I say, okay, no problem. We can fix this. I can't hear anyone outside, so I don't think they've woken up yet. Flower had the last... Oh, the fucking spell is still active. If I remember correctly, with a little luck, she might not see you when you walk out of the tent. Hold on, let me open the tent. We'll see if the coast is clear. Wait, Melinda shouts. When she sees me pull up the tent zipper, the silencing spell hasn't been cancelled yet. As I finish opening the tent, I immediately regret my decision because every single one of my teammates are currently standing several dozen feet from me, and they're all staring straight at me and Melinda. Alright, I say. I mean, that wouldn't have, saved our ass anyway. She can't really teleport or anything of the sort. But oh boy, this is gonna be awesome. Kate's reaction would be priceless, and Layla's too. I think this might be actually one of those things where it locks out. I'm not sure, but this book is too big for me to experiment every little thing with this. Because honestly, I like to experiment like various like things, like maybe going with Rose, going with Layla, going with Kate, and now Melinda. So it's kind of difficult when you just if like this thing stops us from like getting into a romantic relationship with other girls, and like how did that affect it? And if I was at Rose's, like if I were in a love connection with Rose right now, would that have stopped me from doing this right here? I mean, I will find that out eventually when I do that, but it's very difficult to check every single possibility considering how big these goddamn books are. Okay, next chapter.